Today's show, it's about these little bitty pie plates. I love them. The pink one has a cowboy hat in it, or a cowgirl hat, I'm not sure, cow person hat. And the blue one has this beautiful cow. I was in, I think I got these at Walmart. I just saw them and fell in love with them and wanted to make pies with these little plates. It's interesting because I love making pies. My mother was probably the best pie maker I knew. I'm trying to mute the TV because it's Friday. Tiger Woods is playing golf, so I'm watching. Anyway, and then I was at I don't know, where was I? Whole Foods or Safeway or Harvest Market or someplace, and saw these beautiful blackberries. And I remember as a child, blackberry bushes in the backyard or down in the woods on Ville Street. No matter how many berries we brought home, blackberries, because our face would mostly be covered with the berries. Mom was able to make a pie. She most of the time would make cobblers, and it's just beautiful. So I saw these blackberries in the grocery store, the market, and decided I'm gonna buy some. I've got I believe these are 16 ounces, like 2 pounds of blackberries. Let's see what the size. These are 12 ounces. Nowadays they don't do pounds, they do 12 ounces. So I'm gonna wash them, come back, and we'll make two easy blackberry pies. And for those of you who, it's just Lisa and I at the house. So I'm learning to take my big recipes and cut them down. I'm gonna show you with this one. I'll make 2 pies and we'll split them. So we've got pie 2 different nights. We won't eat a whole pie each. We'll just eat half a pie each. So that's a great way to have portion control. And also I'm using a pre-made pie crust. And I'm going to give you a shot of that pie crust before we start to work. And you'll see it's got some holes in it. And I'm going to show you what to do with that. We're going to have fun making a couple quick pies. Easy pies, we're going to call these. Blackberry pies. Think about you, Mama, and all those blackberry cobblers and pies you used to make for us as little kids and down on Veal Street, Veal Street, Conyers, Georgia. The Flats. Okay, we're back in the kitchen here. Got everything set up. The berries have been washed and I've separated them. We've got 12 ounces here, 12 ounces here, and you'll see why a little later on. Ingredients, and I'm doing this recipe, again, my mama is my teacher still. I'm still learning from her even though she's not with us. And very rarely did she make pies or anything by following a recipe. And I think I've shared with you a lot of times about cooking is like other activities by feel. So about a quarter cup, maybe a little more of flour, about a cup of sugar. We've got 1 stick of butter, but we may use about a stick of butter. And I'm gonna, and a bit of vanilla, right? We got our pie crust. I showed you earlier this pre-made pie crust. I'm gonna use a little bit of egg wash, okay? And of course our 2 beautiful little pie pans. Now, move this around, set these to the side. And what I do is just put my little pie plate down, and I'm trying to waste not, want not. I want to be able to get 2 bottoms and 2 tops out of this. And the way I get the tops and the bottoms is I just simply, again, that's that pre-made pie shell. I'm reaching for a knife out of view here. And, I will do one of Mama's pie crust recipes sooner rather than later. But sometimes, you just go by these Pillsbury or whoever has these pre-made crusts if you want. And, they work. They're good. Or you can buy the shells that are already made. However, since I shared with you a little earlier how we're making these pies for 2. Now that's going to be a little tight. However, it's okay because we're going to push it down. Let's see if we can just pull this one out. Moms, dads, whoever's, working with the little ones in the kitchen. This is a great way to get started. There's a little flour. Let me shake that flour off. That flour is for when we have to roll out the other dough. Now see that? Look at that. Boom, that just fits right in there. And I'm going to push it down Not too fancy, just a little country pie. We're gonna make a country blackberry pie. Just press that in there. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna just pierce it with the fork. I do a little egg wash. That helps to keep it a little solid as it's. Sometimes that bottom pie crust can get soggy. That egg wash will keep that from happening. You can also, if you'd like to, if you want, you can sprinkle a little sugar in the bottom of that, just to give a little more sweetness to that crust. See that right there? Boom, there's one. Now I'm going to set that to the side, and we need to get another pie shell. Whoops. Great thing about dough is that it will stretch, you know. So what we're going to do here is cut our next one out. And again, because we're doing this by feel and it's fun, I'm not trying to be Mr. Exacto. I'm just, I want these to just taste great. Sometimes I feel it's even better when you have a more rustic looking dessert than something that's, don't get me wrong, I love beautiful desserts. I love what these incredible pastry chefs can do. However, there's something about that down-home look, down-home feel. It's to me, it's very comforting. When you talk about comfort food, what's more comforting than blackberry cobbler or a blackberry pie? And again, I'm going to show you something else when it comes to working with doughs. How you see that right there? We can fill that in with just break a little piece, right? And just fill that in, because once it bakes, it'll slice so nicely. All right. Now let me grab a fork and the little pastry brush so we can brush that inside. Then we'll work on the. I'm just pressing it down so it gets all the way down in the little slopes of the. Ooh, see that? I've got to put a little piece of dough in there as well. See if we can fill that in. I become a masonry worker. I got to tell you at home, if you know, I truly love cooking, and when I've been away from things like this for a while, and I get back to it, and I just do it for the sheer love of it, you know. Also, the fact that I get, when Lisa gets to taste this, there's something different. I mean, I love going to Johnny's Donuts, and I love going to the bakery down the Creekside Bakery and picking up those wonderful desserts they have. However, there's something about when you make something for the person you love and you see them smile. Like a few days ago, we had apple pie a la mode. Right? I didn't make the ice cream, but I made the apple. Now look at that. See, I filled that in. You can't even tell. So just press it in. Let the dough get nice and soft. You can press it in. Anyway, so there's just something about that process when you're cooking for the person or the people that you love. I mean, what's better, huh? Is there anything better than that? Now, we're just going to pierce.
Yes, the person who gets to eat it.
The person, Lisa says the person who gets to eat it, it's better than that. All right, now I'm going to put the egg wash to the side just for a second. Then we're going to wash. Egg wash is just an egg brush, really. I hope I have my camera positioned properly. I'm going to send a message to the folks at Apple because I love recording with my iPhone and things. However, we've got to come up with a solution so that we can have a monitor so you can see it. Now, there is a way to do it with my iWatch. However, it's very difficult to make that happen with the Apple Watch. Did I say iWatch? Honey, what's the official name? Is it an iWatch or Apple Watch? What do they call it? Apple Watch. All right, folks, so what I'm doing right now, if you hear me clinking around here, I'm looking for my pastry brush. Oh, y'all, this sometimes life is just easy, and sometimes we, as human beings, make it difficult. Now, the egg wash, I simply one egg, put a little water in there. You can add a little milk, whatever you like. And we're going to take and just, my pastry brush was right there in front of me. I just didn't open my eyes, right? Just brush the bottom. Okay, and there we go. We're going to set these to the side, and I got enough egg. I'll use this, and I'll make some scrambled egg. How about egg fouillon tonight, huh? I'll use that egg. Just like that, right? Boom, shakalaka. Now, we're going to set this to the side, along with our crust, our pie crust. Now, you notice I've got a little flour on the cutting board. Why do I do that? So that I can work this dough. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take. Ooh, I got a little egg there. That would mess the whole flow up if I don't dry that up. So grab a piece of paper towel. Now, you all see me use a lot of paper towel during my cooking. Why does Curtis use so much paper towel? One-use towels are the best thing to use in your kitchen when it comes to preventing cross-contamination, because you use it one time, you throw it away. A cloth towel, things will cling to it. So, I'm not, you be the judge, okay? Yes, it's great to and I try to recycle everything I can. However, when it comes to cooking and making sure people are safe in the kitchen, okay, I'm going to buy my paper towel. I like it, okay? Now, just squeeze this dough. We're going to roll it out so we can make ourselves the top crust, okay? What I'm going to do here is take my dough and I'm going to cut it in half. So I know I have enough to make 2 top crusts, right? While that sits there and gets nice and soft, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our berries here. Now, I divided them. I've got 12 ounces, 12 ounces. However, this is a bigger container. So what I'm going to do is sprinkle my flour. And I may wind up making 3 pies. About, like I said, like a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to use about half of my sugar. Is that about half? Okay. And then we're going to just toss the pies over. And I left the water that was in there in the pie, in the blackberries, okay? Here we go. Let me see. And it's okay if you break them because that helps to make more of that nice juice in your pie. But I'm being a little careful. I'm being delicate. So I'm not really trying to break them. However, it's okay if they do, right? And what we're going to do next is we're going to fill our little pie shells with our berries. I should get a big spoon here. Now, everyone, you can see the influence that Lisa Cobb has in my house. I have gold spoons to work with. She's over there laughing. Oh, I may have.
I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I bought a gold one.
Y'all hear what she said? She says, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I bought a gold one. All right, so, all right, here we go. I'm going to add half of the berries to this one. Now, these are our sweetened berries. So if I had measured this, I'd have 6 ounces, right? And remember now, these berries are going to collapse in, so no sweat. We don't want a jealous pie. That's about half, right? Yep. Now, let's move this one out. I've got the oven on, and I'm pretty close to my dairy air, as Mom would say, my mother would say. Why do they ever call it dairy air? I don't understand that saying. Okay, so
French word for butt.
is it really?
Yeah.
Lisa says it's the French word for butt. Dairy air. Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Learn something new every day in the kitchen, y'all.
More sophisticated.
Learn something every day in the kitchen. Yeehaw! I know what that means. Oh! Okay, I'm getting crazy in the kitchen. But I have fun when I'm in my kitchen. I love being in my kitchen. And my mouth is watering these beautiful blue blackberries. And remember, we've got our sugar and flour mixture there. Why you add the flour? Well, the flour helps, as Mama would say, help it thicken up. She never said thicken. She said thicken. Thicken up. It's going to thicken up. I love that. Woo! Okay, so now I've got all this good stuff. I'm not going to leave that in the bottom there. I'm going to make sure I get it out as much as possible and add to our pie shells. Okay. Then I'm going to add a little vanilla onto each of these, and we'll start dolloping butter around. This is a fabulous recipe to have the little ones work with you on. You see how safe this is? We haven't used doing a lot of cutting, not a lot of chopping. Blackberries are all together, so you go right in there. Every part of this, I think the little ones could have fun. So we're working with some school kids down in Marin City, and I'm looking forward to what we grow in the garden, and then we'll take into the classroom and we'll cook. Like, I can't wait to make with these students my alphabet soup. Like, A is for asparagus, B is for broccoli, and it's the second ingredient in our soup. Well, what do you use for X, Chef Curtis? Well, X is a symbol for love and kisses. So we're going to blow kisses over the soup so it be nice and cool for mom and dad or whoever else is going to eat it. All right, now see, there's our blackberries. Now you see, when these cook down, we might get a jealous pie. So let's add more blackberries. We got these here. So we're going to add blackberries, fill it up. And again, I left the water in there from, I didn't leave all the water, but just I drained them, and whatever liquid was left on there stayed on the berries. So I'm going to stack this as nice and high, and I'm okay with that. Going to have blackberries to eat too. I love eating blackberries. All right, so we're going to have 2 blackberry cobblers. Something else, if you don't use them all, you can just put them in a bag, a plastic bag or something, and freeze these, and they'll be great. Later on, I'll make another pie next week or something, okay? So what I'm going to do, while the berries, we got this part ready, I'm going to pop a berry in my mouth. One. Our butter. Ooh, almost had one jump off the table there. I'm going to slice and dollop our butter around. Now, I've had this butter sitting out with us as I've been working on this, right? So it's softened up and it's nice and easy to cut. Mama would say, butter make the pie. All right, so don't be worried. Can't have too much butter, baby. Butter, baby. And this is a treat. So on your cheat day, blackberry cobbler. And also remember, as I said though, Lisa and I will split this in half. She'll have half and I'll have half. And then there's another pie left for later in the week or another time. And you could actually, if you wanted to, you can make these ahead of time and freeze them. So I don't have to cook 2 off at one time. I could just, make them, freeze them. I should have put some of this butter at the bottom too. Okay, well, live and learn. Learn and live. All right. Butter make the pie. Yeah, I'm going to expect a little drip over. And if I get it, oh well. All right, as I'm making this pie, I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to be able to edit this to make a TikTok video? And I was telling Lisa today that I want to delete my TikTok app and I want to delete my X app, because those two, I don't want anyone to think I am no prude, right? I'm a dude. I'm in love with my woman. But some of the stuff that's, I don't know, maybe I clicked on something wrong, but some of the stuff that's popping up in my TikTok feed and my X feed, I'm like, okay, enough of that stuff, because this is a G-rated show. All right, now you see that we got our pies ready. I'm going to add a little more sugar. Don't need much. All right. I'm trying not to block that shot. So I took out about a cup of sugar. And I took out about a 1/4 cup of flour. And I think I used less than half of each thing that I took out. Now I know this is going to turn out really well. So really good. Is it really well or really good when you're making something? Turn out really, I know what to say. It'll turn out really tasty. How's that? Okay, so let's move the pies to the side. Everything is ready now. Let's make our top crust. And I got something moms, dads, I think you bakers out there, the little bakers are going to love what I'm going to show you guys in 1 second. I didn't mean to say you guys. I want to show you all in 1 second. Because Check these little mini, you like that? I love that little rolling pin. I've got a miniature rolling pin, honey. Did you see it?
Yes.
You know, what do you think? And I give one of those to Graham for Christmas. Graham, for those of you who don't know, is my grandson, and I call him Grandson. Graham is his name. He's my grandson. Will Zalatora is playing at Tigers tournament down in the, I think they're in the Bahamas. No, where are they? They're in Bermuda. Tigers' new resort down there. Anyway, y'all know I'm a Tiger Woods fan. I'm a golf fan. And look at that. Isn't that nice? This little rolling, I love this little rolling pin. So cute. Now I'm going to see if I can stretch this wide enough to cover my pie shell. I mean, cover my pie plate. I'm getting there. Mama, Daddies, look at that. Looky, looky, looky. Here comes Cookie. Cookie is my niece in Georgia who spent a lot of time cooking with Grandma. And Grandma, as in my mother, her grandmother. And she may be the one that got Grandmama's skills better than me, I think, you know, because she does some country cooking that is off the chain. Yeah, that looks good. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I think we can cover a whole pie plate with that one. Let's bring one in. I just want to be extra sure that I have enough sugar and butter, because when that pie comes together, right, here we go. So we're going to put this, look at that. Honey, if I do say so myself, we did it. All right, now we're gonna crimp it down. Where's Tiger Woods? He's out there somewhere.
Yeah, he's flying.
Yeah. Honey, I'm talking to my audience. You know, you bring up Tiger, I'm going to mess up my pie. Now look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay. So we're going to poke some holes in the top, those ventilation spots. And, you know, I want everything to melt. So you see how high it is. So it should bake down, right? Well, it will bake down. I've got my oven heating up to I've got it at 400. I'm going to lower it down to 375. And remember, my oven runs a bit hotter than others. So, move that to the side. And I'm going to try something I've never done before. I'm going to egg wash the top of one of the pies. Let's see how they turn out. Okay? I'm going to egg wash it. It gives it that nice glassy look, you know. I just don't want it to brown too quickly. That's the other problem with that. It's like, all right, got a nice little egg wash. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little like sugar on it, just to give it that little extra touch. The things we learn by opening our ears and closing our mouths. Just drizzle a little sugar across the top. I'm not going to do that to the other pie. Let's compare them and see what they will look like. Okay, now roll out the next piece of dough. You don't need to see me do this, do you? Or do you like watching this kind of stuff? See, it's gotten a little stiff, so I'm going to take it back, and just kind of work it with my hands again, get it nice and soft. Your hands have that, you know, that body temperature, kind of helps the shortening or butter that's in the dough kind of melt, and you can just kind of work it back. Okay? I like to roll it into a nice little ball. I don't want to overwork it, but I need to work it enough to where I can get the shape I want, right? Fold it in. Remember, I am not a pastry chef, but I do sometimes play one on television. That looks good. A little flour keeps it from sticking. Maybe I'll make this at Christmas. Maybe I'll make pies. Oh no, that's Rochelle's job. I'm not gonna, she'll be there. My pies won't touch hers. See how that just really flattens out for you? Take your time with it. And I'm going to flip it over this to keep it from sticking. Sometimes, you know, there's a little, there we go. See how that flour just helps you? These are almost ready to go in the oven. I just dropped my pie crust. There we go, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna bring that in. Same thing, we'll cover the top. Voila. All right, finish this up. We'll get them in the oven. And then I'm gonna cook dinner. By the time dinner's done, the pie should be done. What are we having for dinner tonight? I'm going to make Curtis Aikens flat burgers. Now this is an extremely rustic dessert. Country black beer pie. Okay. Our pies are ready for the oven. This one I did not add the egg wash to. I'm going to put them on this little pan here. We can slip it in the oven. There's the one with the egg wash. Okay, our oven is set. Blackberry pie, it is 6:32. We'll check them in about 20 minutes. All right, 2 blackberry pies. Can let them cool, then we'll slice them. Maybe do some a la mode. Peace and love.